Zam, my people, you're now tuned in to Me TV. Now, we're going to bring you all the stories about the stories that we need to bring you stories about. You feel me? So, that's what we going to do. Some stories might be good, some stories might be tragic, but hey man, that's how these stories go. I don't make it up. Now we getting into it. You feel me? So look man, bang the like button. Bang that subscribe button. You see them on the screen. Yeah, them right there. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Hit that right there. Now we about to get started with our story. Yo, you already know I'm back with another one with Me TV 1.0. So you already know, man. Show me some love and give me that sub. You already know, man. Like and comment, you heard me. And today, we pulling up in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where we at today with this story. Let me know where y'all watching from, listening from. Let me know, chime in, you heard me. But today we got Shariza Jackson. You feel me? Shariza Jackson. Sometimes formerly she went by Shariza Wilkerson. But we'll get to that in a second. You feel me? So imagine you're a young Haitian woman, right? Raising two young daughters. And the landscape of the dating is kind of harsh. So I'll take you back to the time of 2014. Shariza Jackson ran into a former classmate from high school. And when she was entering high school, she was a freshman, he was a senior. They was familiar with each other through school. And I'm guessing they started their little romance in high school, right? As I'm reading in the report. They started their romance in high school. So some years had passed since these individuals had seen each other or also been in high school with each other. So it was a point in time where the woman, or any woman, Miss Jackson in this case, you kind of looking for the completion of your family. You got your two daughters, you're doing real good in life, you ain't really wanting for nothing. So you really just looking for a manly man to step in there with some morals and respect, and with something going on. Because let me let y'all know something. Every woman is not in a place in their life where they could just support somebody who's coming up. Every woman is not equipped for that. Sometimes the woman might be a little further along in her mindset and also her life and lifestyle. So sometimes these things don't work up. Now, when we're younger, yes, sometimes we don't get stuff right. We mess up, you know what I'm saying? In this case, she had two daughters from a previous relationship. So this goes to show you that no matter how smart we are or what we did, it doesn't really matter when it comes to stories like this. You feel what I'm saying? So let me get back to it. You feel me? She met this man, right? Don Wilkerson. This is the man, the suspect that the case happened about. You feel me? So she meet Don, and Don had a wife, and he portrayed his wife to be his sister. Yes. And she was in a plot with this man as well. The wife, Mrs. Wilkerson, which is not Mrs. Wilkerson, she was in cahoots playing the sister, right? So boom, they go out, they meet back up, they chat, they talk, they went to a nice restaurant. And women at this point, they're watching, they're paying attention, they're looking. And he portrayed himself to be a doctor or whatever. So when they pulled up to this resident, it was also two foreign cars in the parking lot, right? So they went up to his loft. Not his regular house and not his regular apartment. They went up to a very, very luxurious and, needless to say, spectacular loft. So they went there to change clothes to continue the night. And I guess they were stepping out some more. And through this interaction, she was able to get a small glimpse of his life and lifestyle, right? So needless to say, she was smitten or love struck, starstruck, whatever it was at that moment. And she was like, okay, from what he's showing me and from what I know, I think this would be a good situation for myself. Mind you, the whole time, she not even knowing that Mr. Don Wilkerson is a whole con artist, a whole scam artist. Now, needless to say, she didn't know that her favorite little Pookie has been arrested in 2007 and 2009 for fraud. And in 2007, I forgot exactly what he was arrested for and charged with. But needless to say, she had his full name. So birthday or whatever after a point in time, right? So she could have looked this up, but you got to think about 2014, we wasn't really hip to the tech like we was now. It was just really starting to evolve around that time. So let's fast forward this story. They get together, everything's going good, everything's cool. You know, she get married in the summer of 2016, approximately 2 years after they meet up and was in a relationship. So as this takes place, she's so in love with the man that she knows to be a doctor, to be a provider. At this point, she ignores all the red flags. And she gives her 2 teenage daughters the last name of Mr. Wilkerson. So now it's the Wilkerson family because she adopted his last name and gave it to everybody, including, of course, herself. Not knowing that deep down in the background that he's trying to defraud her out of hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars in multiple ways. Now, this is a critical situation because a lot of women think because they got their money and their finances together that means that they also have the decision making together. Let me tell you something. Decision making is way more important than making money. Let me say this again. Quality decision making is way more important than money, because you can have money and make poor decisions or a series of poor decisions, and that will lead you into the role of not having money anymore. But when you make quality decisions and you don't have money and you arise to the point where you do have money, then you will be used to making quality decisions. It's the quality decisions that made you that money, right? Versus a skill. Let me break this down to you, because you can have a skill of being a carpenter, right? And this carpentry brings you money. This skill brings you money. But you're not making quality decisions. So eventually you're going to, exhaust these funds and you're back to using your skills. Versus you making quality decisions, right? And the quality decisions, I'm a carpenter. Let me build a team. Like I say, back to the story, I'm a carpenter, so I need to build me a team so I wouldn't have to go out on every job singularly by myself. So that's making a quality decision to, hey, let me hire somebody, let me hire a group of people so we can have a machine versus me as one singular person. And that's just my example and analogy of quality decision making, because once again, it's our decisions that usually get us in the jam. It's our decisions that usually get us messed up. So as time went on, time prevailed. She eventually, some kind of way, was able to check the accounts because they had a joint account, and she realized and noticed a lot of discrepancies in the account. So of course, if she noticed discrepancies in the account and money being moved and deposited and different things like that, of course she's going to get suspicious. And it was at this point in time that she started to realize that Mr. Don Wilkerson was not the guy who he said he was. She found that he took out loans in her name due to the fact they was married. He found out he had written checks, large checks in her name. And it was easy for him to, how could I say, swindle her, because he made it seem like he was a lucrative doctor, and the whole while he was just a con artist. He never was a doctor. He went to a couple years of school and eventually dropped out. So he was able to talk the doctor type of fluff that would make anybody who don't know believe that he actually does this. But she eventually checked him about the whole situation, because now that she noticed that she's missing $1.4 million due to loans, bad checks, and also money that he actually took out the account. You feel me? And this is a case where single mothers should really be aware, especially the ones that's making a lot of money. You feel what I'm saying? Because this lady also wrote a book, and her book is titled Single Women Get Played Too. And you got to understand where she come from. She thought she was on the top of the world, just like most women when they able to gain financial freedom. You feel me? She thought she was on top of the world just to be humble and just to be, put in a place to where she realized that she got to make some quality and she got to make better decisions. You feel me? And I'm not saying this is a good thing, because this is not at all. Nobody would want a woman or their family or in their family to go through anything like this or of this nature. You feel me? But this is a testament to show that, hey, ladies, no matter how much money you make and how good of a life you living, you could still work on your decision making. You could still work on your comprehension. You could still work on the fact that you checking up on this person's background. There's nothing wrong with that, because people come with so many different dynamics and layers to them. It's only right that you know, especially if they're not spilling this to you or telling this directly to you. It's really upon you to figure this information out, especially in a world that we have access to so many things. You feel me? But let me know what you think about this whole entire story, man. I'm going to be back with another one. You already know. Show love. Give me that sub. This Me TV 1.0, you heard me? I'll be back with another one. You dig?